Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Now before we jump into the today's video, alright, make sure you guys use this coupon code right here. There's one coupon code called Nikke Collab. I did make this on the community post yesterday. Now the code has not expired and I believe this will be a permanent code that you will be able to use to obtain 5 advanced recruit vouchers, alright, 5 tickets so that you can do more pulls. And I've seen plenty of people saying that it doesn't expire at all. Okay, 14 hours late and it still works, so that means this is going to be a code that I believe is permanent. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. So let's jump into the video. So this is going to be for the simulation overclock, and I figured, you know, let's make a guide for you guys since the season is going to last for quite some time. This is going to be the first season. Season 1 is right now concurrently running. So some people have been asking me, yo, how do you beat this? Like, I can't beat this. So here's the thing, right? Getting a good buff is going to be very important, alright, especially when you see this buff that only affects like Tetra characters, for example, or the buff that only affects Elysian characters. Ideally, getting a buff like this is going to matter more because this is a universal buff, right? Something that increase crit damage by 7% for everyone. Alright, not just one specific character, but every single character is going to be a very, very good tangible benefit. One more thing is, right here you can see, alright, depending on how you want to like configure this particular thing, right? Ideally you want to get like all same shapes, which is going to be very difficult, but if you can't, right, get the one with the most that you can benefit from. Alright, so these are the team that I'm using. You can see Litter, Crown, Red Hood, Scarlet Black Shadow, and of course Naga. Very, very good and consistent team overall. And if you guys are not aware, you can basically tick Red Hood is very good for this season because the enemy are mostly lightning. You can tick up that lightning element for the enemy, and then you can pick Red Hood. Just use her, she will be able to blitz through. So let's show you guys, this is the second last stage for this particular run. So let's see if I will be able to make it to the end. Just leaving it full on auto, alright. So Litter, Crown, very, very strong. Universal character, Red Hood, and then of course, you know, I have Scarlet Black Shadow and Naga in this case, just to be able to push a little bit of bonuses as we go. So auto might be a little bit risky depending on these particular characters, the bombs, you gotta beat them fast. Alright, if you lack the damage, it's going to be a big problem. I don't see the boss for this stage yet, surprisingly. Okay, there we go. So that guy just eventually appeared. Okay, again, so we're gonna go Red Hood. Red Hood should be able to demolish the boss easily, right there, as you guys can see. So that one wasn't too difficult, even though the entire list of enemies, Red Hood is like almost going down. So if you die, just feel free to restart. Oh, I managed to get this one. This one is a very good one. Alright, that one is a very good buff overall. Very, very good buff. I am going to replace this one, which I can't benefit from, right? Makes sense. The one is a Tetra buff. Okay, so this is going to be the last one. Okay, so let's see if we got this. Last stage for Simulation Overclock Season 1. So I believe everybody should be getting the same boss, which is this guy. The Latents. So usually I'll just leave it on auto, but if you want to, you can see the HP is 400 or times 400, which is a lot. But ideally you want to destroy the grenade launcher. Alright, if you can aim that, will be nicer. But as you can see right now, I am just leaving it on auto. Alright, hands off. I think I should be fine, alright. So just gotta get the CDR up. Okay. Scarlet Black Shadow can do the remaining thing. Again, looks like very, very doable. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what configuration that I'm currently running, so you guys can maybe copy the same one as well. So first things first, damage. Ooh, look at that. Red Hood, obviously she's carrying this. Again, she has the elemental advantage. That's going to be the thing that you want to care about. And then Scarlet Black Shadow right here, and then Naga and Crown, just a very, very good pair. This is pretty much like a PvE team as well, right? If you don't have Scarlet Black Shadow, feel free to use Scarlet, feel free to use Modernia. Those two works as well, depending on who you prefer. For me personally, I prefer Scarlet Black Shadow because mine is like extremely well built. And as you can see, the overclock reward, whew, that is a lot of rewards right there. That is a lot. Okay, so overclock success ratio right here, you can see 25. Now, 25 is the highest tier of rewards that you are able to obtain, alright? You don't obtain any more higher than that. So let me show you guys again the bio settings. What am I currently running, right? So you can see it right here. You tick on this particular reward right here. You know, stage 1, 2, 3, you know, go all the way up to 25. Now 25 is the amount of debuff, right? Depending on which one you take. So if you take this one is fixed, it's a +1. If you take this one, alright, this one I always take this one. Increase the attack of raptures for enemy by 25%, increase the defense by 50%, and also increase the HP by 30%. Always take these three, and always take this one. This one is a free +2 right here. Alright, basically this disables the bonuses. If you guys are not aware what these things are basically debuffs to you or buff to the enemy to make it harder. Alright, the harder it is, the more points you can get. You ideally want to reach ratio of 25 so that you can get the maximum rewards. You can go higher if you want, but there's just no need for that. This is just to get every single reward possible. One more that I take is this particular one, alright? So this one you can choose between these three, right? At least 2 defender Nikkes must be included, at least 2 supporter Nikkes must be included, or at least 2 attacker. So for me, I go with 2 attacker because I got both Red Hood and also Scarlet Black Shadow. I could also go 2 supporter because Litter and Naga is a supporter, so I could also take this. Alright, 2 supporter is just going to give me a 26 as opposed to 25, but I guess it doesn't matter, right? 2 defender is going to be a little bit finicky, right? Got crown as a defender, but it's hard to like put one more. I guess you can also put Tia, Naga, I guess. That could be something to consider. One more thing that I recommend taking is this one, right? So again, this one is like 5 units of glitter with code Electric Zeus appear. They will appear 20 seconds after the battle begins and then reappear every 20 seconds. So this is like whatever, it's not that big of a deal, so just take it anyways. And also go for this one. Alright, 1 unit of bronches with code Electric Zeus appears. And then this particular one at the end, alright. So this one, a high difficulty battle, will appear right before the boss stage. Alright, so this is going to be how you want to configure your simulation overclock, or at least the configuration that I'm running if you're trying to get maximum rewards. Okay, let's show you guys some teams, alright, in case you guys don't have this setup, the same setup that I'm running. So first, let me show you guys the gears, alright. So Litter, this is what I have on her, alright. So her skill is going to be the more important one. Her gears doesn't matter, alright. You don't really need full overload gear actually, I'll be honest with you guys. But because she's such an old unit, old character, you know, everybody like, probably if you are a day 1 player like me, you probably have her built all the way, right? So her skill, I'm not fully maxed. You can see I'm 10, 8, 9. Alright, the cube, I'm currently going for the Resilience cube. I think her cube doesn't really matter too much as well, because she's there to support. And then I also have Crown. Now Crown is going to be a very, very strong character. Alright, I do think that she's going to be one of the best contender right here. Now as for Red Hood, this is the gears that I have on her. Let me show you guys my overload gear so you guys get a better idea. Elemental damage deal and attack percent, and of course charge damage or charge speed. Those are going to be very, very beneficial. Alright, so those are my Red Hood's stats, but I have her max as well. And as for this particular one, I have the charge damage cube. Alright, that's going to be what I'm running. As for Scarlet Black Shadow, also, let me show you guys the substats. Again, elemental damage dealt and attack percent are going to be much more universal. Scarlet Black Shadow is a rocket launcher unit, so charge speed and charge damage is going to benefit her a little bit more as well. Oh, I got 1 empty substats there that I did not have. Very, very interesting. And this is my skill right here. And these are the current cube I'm running on her. Again, this is going to be the Bastion cube. And last but not least, Naga. So these are my overload gears. My skill is 1077. I'll try to max her. She's a very strong character indeed. And currently running the hit rate cube, the assault cube, right? If you do not have Crown, what you can also do, alright, the alternative, you can consider doing Tia Naga. So you go for replace Crown with Tia, and then you put Tia, Litter, and then Naga will be the one bursting instead of Crown. Alright, so that's going to be how it is. If you don't have Crown, this is going to be your second best option. Now as for Litter, she's a little bit harder. She's way more strict, I guess. The closest that I can think of right now in this particular team, if you're trying to run a Red Hood still, right, is going to be the Killer Wife. Alright, if you don't have Litter, let's say probably the best next option that I can think of is going to be her, the Killer Wife. Alright. Now I don't really recommend Dorothy as much, not because she's weak, but I guess Dorothy can also be used. there's no extra synergy between Dorothy and, in this case, Red Hood and Scarlet Black Shadow. But the Killer Wife, at least she's able to provide the buff to Sniper Rifle, so Red Hood just gets that tangible benefit. So this could also be an option. If you don't have Litter, you don't have Crown, you could go for something like this. Now, what about Red Hood versus Scarlet Black Shadow? Now, Red Hood is just the best character by far because she's an Iron type. And if you guys are not aware, this particular Overclock mode seems to have all the lightning enemies available, right? You're also going to take that particular debuff right there to make sure that the enemy is lightning. So that's going to be something that you are basically configuring it upon. So Red Hood being Iron type is just going to be the better element against lightning. But if you don't have Red Hood or Scarlet Black Shadow, the alternative option is going to be any other Pilgrim that you have. For example, Mononia is going to be very, very strong. She is going to be a very, very good option. Alright, a decent option, I would say. So you can go with, you know, Mononia plus Red Hood or Mononia plus Scarlet Black Shadow. Or if you don't have, you could also consider Alice as well. Alright, so I feel like Alice is going to be fine. Although Red Hood is just going to be a better character for this. Or if you somehow have Laplace built all the way, like I'm sure you guys are aware that Laplace has her treasure item recently. She is also a good DPS option right now because she's also Iron type. So Laplace and Red Hood probably could clear this easily. Alright. So as for Naga, I hope you guys have her. Now she's going to be one of the better options just to provide some healing overall. Now if you really don't have Naga, then the next best option might not be the best, alright, but Marciana is going to be there just to give you the heal needed, alright. So you need some heals going off. I think Marciana is going to be the best one if you want to have a specific character. Naga does way more than just healing. She also deals additional, she also buff additional damage to core and such. But Marciana just straight up only heals, but she's going to be a good candidate because she's Iron type. Again, very, very good against lightning, electric, code enemies. So those are the alternatives that I can think of right on top of my head. Hopefully you guys have those alternate characters as well. Hopefully you guys are able to replicate one of these teams into your strategy to be able to tackle the current simulation overclock. So yeah, I hope you guys are able to replicate this, and hopefully, you know, you can see right here, there's 79 days left. So there's just no need for you to rush. This is a very, very long season, right? So just make sure that you guys get the max rewards. Hopefully you guys are able to do it, and make sure you guys do it because it's, you know, those skill books, skill materials, those things are quite scarce, especially if you're trying to build plenty of characters, right? So yeah, with that being said, that's gonna be it for this particular video. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.